You've probably heard a story or two about a person or two who went from being homeless or broke to becoming a millionaire. And maybe you've even heard the story of the person that's had all the health challenges and then they were able to transform that and turn it into a sense of purpose. And perhaps you know a person or two who grew up in an unloving environment, very challenging childhood, yet they were able to create the most loving family life that they thought was possible. Now, all of those stories are great and inspiring and motivating, but what if you don't have that depth of a problem right now and your life is just sort of okay? You know, a place of stagnation and mediocrity. Now, this place is really easy to settle and to get too comfortable. And oftentimes it's because there's not enough pain to make you want to make the changes. Well, today I want to share with you 10 tips for jumpstarting your personal transformation so that you can start to live in alignment with the person that you truly want to become. The first step in any transformation is knowing your why. And that's because the why is going to be the driving force behind all of the challenges and obstacles that you're going to have to face. Just like a ship needs a captain, your life needs a sense of purpose, a sense of direction. Spend the time to get clear on what it is you're looking to do in your life. What's the vision you have? Where do you want to go? If you don't know where to start, don't worry, we can go over some stuff now. Think about the things in your life that you most enjoy doing. What feels meaningful to you? I like to call this the self-discovery phase. Think back to when you were a kid. You know, we adopt lots of identities. We try new things. We make new friends. We take up new hobbies. We try and build our picture of who we are in the world. We try and find our place in the world. And we see what we like and what we dislike. And of course, these will change as we age, but it's good to get curious and get into that playful state and try some new things, see what you might like, see what you don't like. And another really powerful thing you can do is you can fast forward to the end of your life and you can think, if you were your last day on earth and you had to pass on some information or one message or a truth or something that you've learned, what would that be to the world? What would you want to share with them? Because that's obviously something that's deep inside of you and meaningful, and it might be a good place to start. Your life will reveal the answers to you if you spend the time to reflect on it. The next phase is to set some goals. Now that you have a sense of purpose in your life, where are we actually going? We need to set some concrete goals. Now, I like to use SMART goals. And if you want to learn more about them, I did create a video in the past where I go more into this. I'll leave a link in the description where you can check that out. Essentially, you need something that is specific, that you can measure, that is achievable, is realistic, and is time bound. In other words, we need something that can be tracked and monitored. Otherwise, how do we know where we are? Now that you have your destination, let's plot the course. Setting your specific goal is like setting the coordinates on your GPS. They give you direction and they keep you on track. Our minds are like the gardens and our beliefs are like the seeds. We need to weed out the negative ones and plant new positive ones. Just as you would manage your garden, you would take out the old weeds that were no longer serving you, you'd make it look more beautiful, you would plant and nourish the good ones. This is exactly what we need to do with our beliefs. We need to identify the beliefs that are no longer serving us and then make the changes. And if you're not sure where, then you just need to take a look at your life. Look where you struggle. Where are the challenges that are coming up in your life? And I guarantee there's some limiting beliefs there. Then you can look for ways to create new empowering beliefs. I highly recommend you check out my video on how to make your own audio affirmations. I'll leave a link where you can watch that video. And this will teach you the step-by-step process so you can actually create your own audio affirmations so that you can listen to it when you go to bed at night. Examine your current reality. Now, it's easy to talk about the goals and where you want to go and the sense of purpose, but if you don't know where you are, it's hard to really gauge what you need to do to move. And we need to be honest with ourselves. You know, oftentimes it's so easy to lie. We want to sugarcoat stuff. We want to pretend stuff isn't how it is. But honestly, when you're honest with yourself, you're going to get the best results because you can take a true look at where you are and just see, okay, this is where I'm at. I'm okay. It's fine being here, but now I know what I need to do to actually make the changes. You can do this by evaluating your habits, by evaluating your weaknesses and your strengths, and just see what needs to change. Identifying the specific obstacles is going to be a massive factor in whether or not you can overcome them. Identify what those challenges are. Face them head on. Build resilience to overcome them. Remember, failure is not failure. It's just part of the journey towards success, which is where we need to focus on shifting perspective. And perspective is like a kaleidoscope. When you turn it, you see different facets of the same thing. It's about embracing challenges and seeing them as an opportunity. There will be many things in your life that you see as an opportunity where others see them as a challenge or a failure. You know, you can think of a stormy wave in a sea, and for a lot of people, that's not a good thing. But a surfer might look at that and think, wow, these conditions are perfect for me. And a quote that I love along these lines is by William Shakespeare, I believe. And it's that nothing is either good or bad, only thinking makes it so. Now, I'm not going to get into the topic of what is good versus what is bad, because that's a whole debate in itself. But what I will say is I highly recommend you read the book Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, because this is an incredible book where Viktor Frankl shares his experience of being in a concentration camp under horrific conditions. And it's all about his perception and how he decided to perceive things in his mind. I highly recommend this book to anyone. Know your core values. You see, your values shape your world. Whether you know it or not, many of the actions you take day to day are naturally going to be you leaning in towards your values. And when your values are disturbed or you're doing things that aren't in alignment, that's when we often feel discomfort or we feel frustrated. Or maybe someone is injecting their beliefs and values on us, and then we feel the negative energy that comes along with it. You know, you only have to look at your life to see what you value in the form of where you spend your money, the conversations you have, how you choose to spend your social time or your free time. You know, for me personally, I have a strong value on wellness, and I can tell you that you ain't going to see me out at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. because I value the quality of my sleep, how I feel. And this is a high value for me. Maybe for you, it's something else, but your life will reveal to you if you look closely enough. And it's so important for you to do this work, because then you can start to live in alignment with who you truly are. And you are not influenced by other people's ideas and opinions and their projections. And you can really find the true path of alignment for you. Then we need to assess the habits and implement new ones. Your life will reflect where you have the most empowering habits and where you have the most disempowering habits. You know, if you go to the beach in the summer, you will see, probably by having a look around, you'll recognize that some people have a high value on their health and fitness. Maybe you see other people don't have a high value on that, or not so high as other people. You could go to a music concert and you see the skill involved, and you recognize that those professionals have put thousands of hours into their craft to perfect it. On the other hand, maybe in a work environment, there's someone who you notice is always late. They always feel stressed and rushed and scattered in the mind. Or there's the people that love having the negative conversation. They always seem to be attracting drama in their life, and they're always gossiping and talking badly about other people. And hey, I'm not judging here. I'm just trying to bring awareness to show you that habits are reflected in the world. Everything in the internal world is reflected in the external world through our actions and the results that we have. And that being said, you have control of your internal world, of your thoughts, and changing your beliefs, so you can have an influence on the external world. You can change the situation, you can change your experience, and you can transform your life. But in order to do that, we need to take massive action. There's only so many books, podcasts, YouTube videos, courses, or seminars that we can go to. And there comes a time when we got to get our hands dirty. We got to do the nitty gritty and put the action in order. And look, if you truly want to change your life, it's going to involve you doing things that are going to get you out of your comfort zone, that feels uncomfortable, in order to grow. Just as when you're lifting weights in the gym, it feels uncomfortable, and that stress is what creates the growth in the muscle. You need to do that to certain areas of your life. But I will say this isn't about hustle, and forcing yourself and overdoing it and burning yourself out. I'm talking about finding alignment, finding an inspired path, spending the time to go within, to reflect and to see what is meaningful to you. You know, that place where you get in a state of flow, where time passes by and what seems like work for someone else feels effortless for you. That's kind of the place that we're looking to get into. And lastly, it's time for reflection. You know the quote that's something along the lines of, the definition of insanity is trying to do the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. Well, this is really what we're doing here. Reflection is, we've got all of these vision, these goals, we know our values, we know what we're working towards, we're taking some action, and then we need to take some time to reflect. Is this working? Do I need to change something? Is my approach keeping me on track? Or do I need to pivot? Do I need to do something completely different? And it's okay, it's not failure. It's actually a really smart thing to do, to just reflect sometimes and see where you're at and see what needs to change. And it's okay if you do need to change. And talking of change, if you do want some help on your journey, click a link below. You can book a call with me. We can have a conversation, see if it's a good fit together, see if I can help you create the 2.0 version of yourself, so that you can finally break free from the internal limitations that you have. Whatever's been holding you back, we can get some clear goals and a vision for where you want to go in your life. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.